Following a challenging maiden transatlantic crossing, the Cunard cruise ship Queen Anne has finally arrived in New York safe and sound on the 18th of January 2025. This is 24 hours after her originally scheduled arrival time due to the weather conditions and prevailing winds that the ship was facing on the North Atlantic run. I'm Chris Frame, maritime history author and lecturer, and thanks so much for joining me. Queen Anne set sail from Southampton on the 9th of January, making this a very long transatlantic crossing, and I've covered in two previous videos some of the reasons why Queen Anne has taken longer to cross the North Atlantic than the Cunard ocean liner Queen Mary II. Queen Anne is a Pinnacle class cruise ship, a design originally created for Holland America Line. There are 4 Pinnacle class cruise ships in service: Holland America's New Statendam, Rotterdam, the Koningsdam, and of course Queen Anne with Cunard Line. And of all the Pinnacle class cruise ships, Queen Anne is the only one yet to be sent on a direct transatlantic crossing between Southampton and New York. When bad winds and weather hit the ship during this maiden transatlantic voyage, her service was delayed and she was unable to make up the time required to arrive on the 17th of January. That being said, the ship did make up some lost time and could have arrived last night had it not been for unfavourable tides that meant that she wouldn't be able to pass under the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. But the ship has now arrived in New York, which has long been the American home and hub of Cunard Line. Queen Anne is the 249th ship to be operated by Cunard Line since it started its first operations with the Unicorn all the way back in 1840. This year, the company celebrates 185 years of service on the North Atlantic run, as well as cruising around the world. The current Cunard fleet includes the ocean liner Queen Mary II, specifically designed for the North Atlantic service, and a ship that eclipsed QE2 as the flagship of the Cunard line back in 2004. Queen Anne also has 2 cruising fleetmates, the Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth, both of which were designed off the Holland America's Vista-class hull. However, these 2 ships had modifications made to their bows to enable them to more easily undertake the transatlantic service, and both ships run at a faster maximum speed than Queen Anne, meaning when they undertook their maiden winter crossings, they did arrive on time as scheduled. Queen Anne will now spend the day in New York, disembarking passengers who are doing the maiden transatlantic crossing, before continuing on her world cruise, which will see her sail as far afield as New Zealand, Australia, Southeast Asia, and ultimately return to Southampton. With a build cost of $600 million, the ship was constructed at Fincantieri in Italy and is 113,000 gross tons. She has a length of 1,058 feet, making her the second longest Cunard ship ever created. I hope you found this little update interesting, and if you were on board Queen Anne, let us know what you thought of the ship's maiden crossing in the comments below. Thanks once again for watching, and until next time, I hope to see you on board.